There have been many Big Nate games in the past years, such as the Big Nate Island in Poptropica and the App Store game. But there are many more that simply do not exist anymore and have faded away due to time. This video is about all the Big Nate games that ever existed, from card games to computer games. Back in the day, there was a Big Nate website which included minigames such as Nab and Grab, where you tried to catch all the things Gina is throwing at you, trying to avoid getting detention by Mrs. Godfrey. Another game on the website was called Big Nate Snow Siege. The goal of this game is to hit the Jefferson kids with snowballs. This minigame is based on the book Big Nate Goes for Broke. Dawdle Tower is yet another minigame on the Big Nate website where the goal is to stack the tallest tower of cheese doodles. There are 4 more games on the Big Nate website which were called Fleece Ball Trainer, Nate's Network, Comic Mashup, and The Fortunator. These minigames can no longer be played. The original website stopped in 2021 when Adobe started blocking Flash Player from being used. Now when you look up BigNateBooks.com, it brings you to the publisher's website. If you would still like to play these Big Nate games though, there is a program called Flashpoint which saves almost all Flash games to ever exist and can be downloaded on a Mac or a Windows computer. This is how I was able to play and record footage of some of these games because there were none on YouTube. This next one may or may not count as a Big Nate game because it wasn't actually created by Lincoln Pierce, but fan-made. This is the Friday Night Funkin' mod which includes Big Nate, and was actually created by the Mung Boy. Big Nate and Greg Heffley faced off when combining both the Big Nate mod and the Diary of a Wimpy Kid mod. Ever heard of Poptropica? Big Nate Island is a level in Poptropica. Poptropica was created by Jeff Kinney, but Big Nate Island was created by Lincoln Pierce. The goal of Big Nate Island was to find the lost time capsule so the school could gather enough money to stay open. Big Nate's dad is in the game, Classic Comics is also in the game, and there are also a lot more references to the books in Big Nate Island. The game Comics by You was an app on the App Store and the Play Store. This game was released on August 17th of 2012. This game was about creating comics, including features such as story starters, fill in the blank, and start from scratch. This app only cost 99 cents. You cannot play this game since it stopped being supported. All the games we have talked about so far are all computer games, but there was a board game and a card game released for Big Nate 2. The board game was called Big Nate's Detention Dash, including characters such as Nate, Francis, Teddy, Jenny, and Gina. The goal of the game was to finish your schedule by getting the least amount of detentions. This board game was released in 2012 and made by Pressman Toys. The Big Nate card game was called Big Nate Busted. This card game is fast-paced and is a node-passing game, including 54 cards. This game sounds pretty cool. Those are all the Big Nate games to ever exist, unless you count the activity books, which if you haven't checked out, are super cool. Peace.